coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. I appreciate the support. Man, the soundboard ain't working. Y'all know I just got back home, so things are a little discombobulated, but we up in here. You heard? Let's get it. Let's go. TBP Nation, stand up. Man, I had a decent couple of days, man. Saw my little brother son. Saw a couple of my homeboys, man. So love is love, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you. But we got to get back in stride again. Let's go. Listen, man, I was talking to my homeboys, which was crazy because I went to a go-go fest this weekend too, man, and I literally seen one of my little homies, man, from way back in the day, man. I'm talking about the late 80s, man. Al, shout out to Al, man. He was doing good, looking good, man, and he remembered me, seeing me walking across the field, man, and pulled up on me, man. I hadn't seen that brother since probably 89, man. Crazy. But salute. But it just made me think about Augusta back in the day. Man, listen, you had to either fight or starve. You had to fight or starve. Won't no in between. Man, they had, Augusta was new back in the day, back then in the 80s, right? I think it opened up in like the early 80s or something like that. 83, 84, something like that. I ain't sure, but somewhere up in that area. So you got to understand, man, we up in the mountains. We up there with a bunch of white people that's running the prison, don't know nothing about penology, nothing about prison. A lot of new inmates is coming in there from Southampton receiving, all these different receiving places. Dudes is just getting it some time. So we learning how to do time, and they learning how to, run the administration. So when you put those two combinations together right there, you got a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, a lot of violence, a lot of crazy stuff going on. Skullduggery, larceny, tomfoolery, all flammery, all in one place. So it was crazy, man. So I can remember this time when they had all of these dudes, man, they was going to the commissary, man. They had a little mob, man. They used to be laid up in the stairway with these jokers coming back from commissary, man, and jacking you for your commissary, man. So you either had to fight or you was just going to end up being hungry. And a lot of dudes was scared to fight. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes be laying up in them stairways, man. They got them Bethlehams. They got them razor blades because dudes is holding on to their bag, man. They was bop. Hit the bag with the razor blade. Ain't nothing but a net bag. Pop that joint and all the commissary fall out. Start picking it up. Either you gonna get down with them like, hey man, that's, you know what I'm saying, or either they gonna pick it up and eat it. And then they hold the joint like, man, what's up, man? What's up? Let me get that, man. Go ahead, keep moving, man. Keep moving. And dudes was going for it. White boys ain't had nothing coming. I'm telling you, bro, they ain't had nothing coming. They was scared to go to the commissary. And then the thing about it was, on Augusta, like I said back in the day, number one, they ain't had no limit on the commissary. You can get whatever your hand called for. You want to go down there and drop 300, 400, that's on you. You dig? So you can do that. Dudes was coming back with big carts. We got them old big old laundry carts. If you had that much commissary, they had carts down at the commissary where you could load all your commissary, all your bags up in the cart and push the cart back. You know what I'm saying? But when you got back to the building, you had to have that cart down at the bottom and grab your bags and take them up, then come back. Man, dudes taking that commissary, dog. You can lay flat and believe that. So dudes started getting slick with it because dudes that were scared to fight, they would pay somebody to bring their bags back. Pay somebody to walk back with them. Either way, you dumping off commissary. You're not getting everything you paid for because you got to pay somebody else just to help you get it back. You see what I'm saying? So crazy work, man. It was wild back then, man. You had dudes that was trade monsters. They got something good on the tray. They telling them little dudes is scared to go there, man. Come on, go over here, man. They got chicken on the tray, man. You know what I'm saying? For we had the chicken ride, or they got fries where they had the French fry ride, or they got chicken patties, man. Come on, go over here, man. Let me get that tray. I mean, but I might be hungry too, man. Let me get that tray, man. Come on, put your clothes on, man. They get ready to call chow. So dudes was really on a bully. You know what I'm saying? You had to be willing to stand up, and you got a lot of dudes that scared. They taking the route of, man, I ain't trying to get in no trouble, man. I ain't trying to be confrontational, man. I ain't got but 6 years, man. I'm trying to get out, man. Man, if you want to go 6 years without eating, man, you gonna die, player. You gonna die, man. So it was crazy, man. I wasn't tripping at all. I'm new, I'm green and everything, but I wasn't tripping, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't go to commissary, I ain't go to chow, I ain't go to rec, I ain't go to the gym, nowhere without that thing on me. So if you gonna take it, you gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna take mine, you gonna take mine. So I won't tripping. So like I say, I always believe even the dudes is trying to be gangsters, dudes is robbing, and I just believe they got common sense. And if they don't got that, I believe they got self-preservation. That's the number one law of nature, man. And you got to preserve yourself, man, because if you know somebody going, you know what I'm saying, going to buck to the extent that you might lose your life or have to take a life, dudes ain't going that far. But if you got a scared dude, if you got a coward, he not going to push it that far neither to find out. He just see you brandishing the jump. He see you brandishing in the jump. He see you, being like scary, or something. Or he see you holding the joint and they gonna get scared, bro. They not gonna do nothing. They not gonna do anything. You know what I'm saying? Besides give it up. They just gonna give you their commissary, man. And bro, I just couldn't see it. But I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, you know what I'm saying? It's more of those dudes that's gonna give it up. This not. That's why you had the dudes laid in there. That's what how they survive. They just take yours. They ain't had to get it. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Dude go to commissary, get $120, $130, $200 worth of commissary, and you could just wait in the stairway and take his commissary. What you gonna spend your money for? You know what I'm saying? And you know they ain't gonna do nothing. And I'm talking about they had like 3, 4 deep. I done come through the stairway. Bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? Looking like Santa Claus. And I'm looking at these jokers like, hey, what's up, man? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Because the push come to shove, I'm dropping mines and going for mines. But like I say, dudes weren't built like that. And then back in the day like that, when I first got to Augusta, the food was good. The food was good, man, on Augusta. Back in the day, man, in the late 80s, man, they fed good. That's probably Southampton receiving and Augusta probably fed the best food. Well, River North when I first got, because it was brand new. It was brand new, and they had the whatever you call it, the people from Richmond coming in there checking and seeing how the penitentiary was taking off, seeing how it was being run and stuff like that. So they gonna feed you good when they know they got outside people in. Them probably the best 3 places I've been. You know what I'm saying? As far as going in the kitchen, out of all my 33 years, everything else pure trash. As Bubba Dunn would say, trash. You know what I'm saying? The food is gonna be horrible, but when they got somebody coming in, they gonna spouse it up. They're gonna put something good on the menu and change the menu even to put on the wall for the people who can look up there and see how you eating all week. And if they catch you talking to the people that's in there from from Richmond or from, you know what I'm saying, the big places, the hi-hats, and tell them, hey man, this commissary ain't what they do, man. They did that because, man, they gonna lock you up, man. They gonna lock you up soon as them people leave. You understand? They have them in there watching them, and they more or less tell you without telling you. Don't be pulling up on them people trying to, you know what I'm saying, make the prison look bad now. You know what I'm saying? They letting you know. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to set examples for the next people when they come in there. But you got dudes who do it anyway. But like I said, they're going to lock you up, or either they just going to find a reason to give you another charge and cross you up. But you know it's because of that. But far as taking dudes commissary and taking dudes trays, bro, that's been a thing since I came in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight to eat, man. You got to fight not to starve. You got to be willing to fight, not to starve, bro. Because that's the number one thing in prison is to try to have something in your box. Because of how they feed, what the prices is on commissary versus what you get. I just talked to Munchie this morning, early this morning. And he's saying, man, the coffee done gone all the way up to almost $7.58 a bag. Talking about this dough costs like $8. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna last you probably about a good week. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes drink coffee, so it's gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's probably ain't even gonna last that long. That ain't gonna last coffee keep nothing about a day and a half. It's about a day and a half work for him. So you gotta think, man, you can go get if that's $8 and you go get 10 bags of coffee, that's $80 right there for 10 bags of coffee. See what I'm saying? So them dudes laid in the stairway, see you coming back, and they looking through the bag. You can see through the bag, and they see one of them junks with the lick in there. They see all them oysters about $6, $7. You know what I'm saying? Clams, tuna. They see all them yellow bags popped up in there, the blue bags. Man, you got to be willing to fight for that. You got to be willing to fight for that. And then if you do make it all the way back to your cell, you might got the dudes in your block. They might want to come. Hey, yo, man, let me get a little something, bro. I ain't got nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a little bit of that commissary. Man, I ain't really got nothing but enough to hold me. You know what I'm saying? There's all my people just be sending me a little bit of money. But they ain't asking you, though. They not asking you. They literally saying, let me get, you know what I'm saying? But they saying if you don't get it to them, they coming in there and get it. So what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying, man? I done seen dudes go up and they go in so many sales, man. Hey, man, take it. No, let me get man, take and come out with the whole commissary. Come out with the whole commissary. You know what I'm saying? And they brave. I'm talking about brave. I call that super brave. If you can take something from somebody and stay around them and don't get rid of them. You don't make them leave. You don't make them check in. They be that comfortable. Come in your cell, take your commissary, be going back and forth to the microwave, sitting out there in the pod, eating your food, and you sitting in your cell on the bunk or standing in your doorway with your stomach touching your back. Man, you got to be brave, bro. That's brave to me. You know what I'm saying? That's brave to me, because you is depending on somebody's cowardness. You depending on them not to respond, not to do nothing. I feel like the more they sit there and watch you eat, the more they see you going back and forth to that microwave, they might get some heart. You know what I'm saying? And come up behind you one day or a month later, 2 weeks later. I can't, you know what I'm saying? So to me, I just used to always look at them dudes like, you got, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of hot. You know what I'm saying? But in actuality, they was real cowards because they not gonna do it to nobody that's gonna fight back. You know what I'm saying? They not. It defeats the purpose. How you gonna go try to take some commissary for somebody who gonna put up a fight against you and y'all end up getting it, stabbing each other or rumbling with each other, and then you go to jail? You don't get the commissary anyway. You see what I'm saying? So dudes don't think that far though. It's the fear, man, to keep them in there hungry, starving. Man, I done literally seen dudes in there lose weight. From the time I come in the party, the time I move on the joint, I seen them lose weight. I seen dudes don't go to commissary at all. I seen dudes pay another dude, hey man, I'll put the money on your books, man. You just go get the commissary and you hold it for me, man. I get you $20 worth. You just hold it for me. I just come get something to eat from you every night, man, like you got a store bought. But it's actually his food because he can't hold it himself. He's scared to hold it in his cell because somebody will come get it. He don't even want to take a bulk of it in his cell. He would prefer to come get something to eat every night that's actually his stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't even peep that if I was like, hey, my boy got a store box. But he ain't got no store box. He just hold like 2 or 3 white boys commissary. And he eating for free. Because they can't hold it. You know what I'm saying? They can't hold it. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy work, man. But all these young dudes that's out here in these streets now, man, and don't know how to fight. All they know is F and the ends. All they know is, Dracos and all this and all that. And with that comes the penitentiary. So with the penitentiary comes rumbling. With the penitentiary comes fighting. You know what I'm saying? So you end up in the penitentiary and you ain't got that and you ain't got that. But you might starve to death, man. You might starve to death. You going on a real live diet. You hear me? You going on a real live diet, bro. Especially the dope fiends. Shh, man, what you talking, man? Some of them dope fiends, some of them, I done met some dope fiends, there's some rumbling mofos, you hear me? They get high, they got a habit and all, but man, there's something beyond them getting high. Some of them dudes was hell of a athletes. Some of them dudes work out. Some of them dudes jog, lift weights, everything. But all their money is going to the dope man. So they need to eat too. They're gonna eat yours. If you can't hold it, they gonna eat yours, man. Word up, man. So yeah, man, it was crazy. Augusta Stairways is legendary, man. Dudes were scared to go to that concert. And then I told you on Augusta, Augusta is the only one that I can remember off the top of my head that they had commissary too sometime at night. They will run commissary all day till it's over, even if it's 10, 11 o'clock at night. That's the only place that I've been back in the day. They probably had changed it since then, but that's the only place I have been to that they don't strain their commissary out. A lot of people strain their commissary out 2 or 3 days till they can get the whole compound finished. They'll be going to the store. This building ain't finished today, so they'll pick up where they left off, and then they'll go to the next building and so on and so forth. Augusta ain't do that. Told you they was new. They was green. We was green. We was new. So Augusta gonna start that commissary right after breakfast in the morning. So it's gonna be commissary gonna be start getting called probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And they're gonna start from one building and they're gonna run it until the whole building is got their commissary in one day. And it don't matter what time. So it depends. If your building pop up when you got to go at night, you got to go at night. And then you get them dudes that when they call 30 for commissary, and then 30 go out, and some of them dudes ain't got no commissary. They going out there, they lurking, they waiting on you to come back. They stop and hide in the stairway. Back in the day, they ain't had no cameras in the stairway. They ain't got no CO in the stairway. So you got to come up them stairways at nighttime with your commissary. And you got 3, 4 jokers laid up in there, man. They got the little joints on them. They hungry, they starving, and they looking at you. The wolves is out. The wolves is out. Man, you'll see dudes walking back from commissary handing their bag off to somebody else, so somebody else that ain't gonna be F with can take the bags upstairs, man. I'm gonna give you about $10, man, when we get it upstairs to the block, man. Just take it upstairs for me. And they'll take take a little bag, they'll bring an extra commissary bag and put like 3 or 4 bags of chips in there, act like that's all they went there and there to get. I know it's not funny, but it just used to be absurd to me. I'm like, bro, you not willing to fight for your people money? You're not willing to fight to eat? But that's a different level of cowardness, man. Get hurt or not, bro, you got to set an example. And if you don't, there is no mercy in that. They ain't gonna be like, oh man, he don't want to fight. I ain't gonna mess with him, man. He just soft. He's scared. Man, they don't care. Man, they will bleed you dry. You understand me? They won't let you have nothing, man. Dudes go get sweatsuits and tennis shoes and stuff. Man, them dudes will come take that. They coming and take that. Yeah, the Wolves come take that. You know, when I was at Southampton receiving, they said on the farm they had a whole tennis shoe mob. Every dude's got new tennis shoes in there or flat shoes in there. They had a whole mob. They take them, and whoever in the mob that could fit the shoe, that's who get the shoe. But you had to fight for them shoes. You couldn't have no new shoes in Southampton. You couldn't. Back in the day, in the 80s and the early 90s, they had a whole tennis shoe mob. They had to break that up. The administration had to break that up. But that's the same thing that started happening with the commissary. You know what I'm saying? Now, like the dudes that used to go to commissary when they call commissary, everybody 30 will go. Whoever the first 30 in the line will go. So now they changed that. So now when they start calling commissary, like right before I left on a certain institution, when they call commissary, your name had to be on the list. Your name had to be on the list that you order something. If your name wasn't on the list and you got caught out that building going to that store, you going to jail or you getting a charge. They did that because they didn't want the wolves that ain't had commissary or didn't order commissary to be lurking trying to rob somebody in the stairway, trying to rob somebody on the way back. Like, what you go out there for, man? Your name on the list. What's your name? Do you order commissary? And you got to give them your name, show them your ID. If you can't come back with no bag or they see that you done been out there and went to that commissary, man, you going to jail, bro. You going to jail. All that come from back in the day because, like I say, each little thing that happens in prison they'll be is a work in progress. They don't know. They not hip to the game that's going on inside the infrastructure of the prison. They just run the prison, technically, but they don't know what's really going on amongst the inmates and the convicts. So once they get wind of it, they figure it out. Then they start implementing little different rules and regulations to prevent that. You know what I'm saying? And that come from a lot of dudes checking in, their parents calling up there saying, "Hey, my son had his commissary taken and whatever, then y'all got to do something about that." Or he said he was coming upstairs and dudes just took his So once they start filtering all of that information and they get that, that's when they start putting rules and stuff in effect. But man, back in the day, bro, you had to fight or starve, bro. You had to fight or starve, and a lot of dudes ain't gonna survive that, especially not these little youngers running around out here and there. You think you skinning now on the street by playing video games all day and smoking reefer. Only difference is you smoke that reefer out here, then you go to McDonald's or wherever you go and eat all that food and tater chips and cakes and cookies all that night. And nah, but you ain't be able to do that in the penitentiary. You gonna have to pick that thing up in order to eat. You heard me? So, but anyway, just made me think about that, man, back in the day, man. But we back on track, man. We be back at it tomorrow. You heard me? Brand new videos will be on deck. You dig? Membership videos will get made. Be on deck. Interviews in the membership. If you ain't got it, get it. You dig? But, man, we out here, man. We pushing this P, man, 2026. You dig? And if you can get me booked in your city, I'll be there to speak as well. In the meantime, in between time, man, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions. And if you're in Tidewater, man, go check out my man, Big Trip, man, product of Tidewater. I appreciate the blessings, my brother. He always look out for me with all his new merch. And it is kind of fly. You can put it on. You may not be as fly as me, but hey, you can try like me. Peace. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and duck them hooks.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.